This system is rigged to haul right now. We have our P in place and paired prusiks. We would bring the rope around, build our mechanical advantage, and go into our hauling operation. If we were hauling on this system and the rescuer encountered a problem, or if the victim was not being tended and we encountered a problem raising or hauling the victim, we would need to stop and transition to a lower. Once that stop command is given, the safeties would be set, the load thus being transferred to the prusiks. Once the load is transferred to the prusiks, you need to pull the rope from between your shortest prusik and your PMP. Once you pull that segment of rope, you're going to imagine that you're just trying to extend this tensioned or loaded portion of the rope, and you're going to bring it to the head of the brake rack. Once you get to the rack, you would rig it in place, ensuring that you're rigging correctly, following the divot on the training bar. Once your brake rack is rigged in, you have two options. If you're up here by yourself, it's best to go ahead and put a hard lock or a lock-off tie-off onto the system. If you have someone else up here to facilitate or assist you, then you can go ahead and use a soft lock. One of you maintain the brake rack and the other person activate the LRH. While this is maintained, the assisting member would go ahead and take the bite out of the LRH, get the coils close to pulling through, and before they pull through the tail, ensure that the hand is on the coils and that the coils have been shoved down towards the double munter. Go ahead and pull the tail out and then feed coils into the double munter. As the coils feed into the double munter, that elongates the load release hitch, which elongates the paired prusiks and thus transfers the load onto the brake rack. Once the load is transferred onto the brake rack, the assisting party can either mind these prusiks and you can go right into lowering operations, or you can DC or disconnect the prusiks and have a standalone lowering system while this system gets rebuilt or cleaned up. That's the transition from hauling operations to lowering operations.